Guys, what is going on? I have taken many weeks off from Program with Pags because I've been working, right? Because I've been writing software for Captain Share, and we've made significant progress. So here I'm going to pull down the front end here. Right now I'm working on the back end, kind of the booking SMS systems with cron jobs and a few other items that are very important for booking flow. We had to get 10 HTLC verified for United States phone numbers. It was a verification process. They just wanted to make sure we're a legit business. Yeah, but so the front end is very beautiful. I've gone through, got the correct privacy terms, terms of service, all these things. I'm working very diligently with Reed. This is Reed right here. He's actually the guy who instantiated the idea of Captain Share. Now, I think a few of us on the water, we actually all shared similar concerns and problems with the chartering process here in Texas, and it seems to be somewhat of a thorough problem in the United States even. Um, but yeah, so Reed, myself, and then Sean, we've came together and we've started to build the system. So this is the front end. You're able to sign up and all these things, but it's kind of a few things are a bit broken right now on the front end because I'm working very diligently on the back end. Okay, so I am going to book a trip request right now, and here's my cell phone. Let me just make sure I've got all these items correct. I'm looking at the payload in Postman right now. Okay, so the rough payload, just to give an idea. Uh, I don't want to show the full endpoints. I don't want to do that, but I do want to share the progress that we've made. So I'll kind of fill in some bits. So this is going to be the rough payload. Here's at least just for booking time. And it's going to be some endpoint with, some post request for some endpoint ending in roughly trips, right? And what this post request is going to do, it's going to give the captain the location, the start time, and a few other bits here, the end time of the trip. So this is going to be, I believe, at 3 o'clock today on May 21st, Lake Austin. And here's the vessel ID, which is going to be, some pontoon boat. And then here's the captain ID, which is me, Ryan Test 1, guest count 6. So I'm gonna go ahead and send that, and let's go ahead and see if this SMS verification will work. Okay, I've just got the 201. I should get a text here shortly. Sometimes it shows on my phone, sometimes I have to actually open up my phone. So let's see. Yeah, so it didn't pop up or it didn't vibrate my phone, but here's the text. Here it is. Hi, Captain Ryan. Boom, boom, boom. And then the fun part is I've actually got a webhook. Um, Here, if I pull up in this text, it will tell me all these details. The time's a little bit off. I'm formatting it right now to UTC, and it needs to be formatted to this local time. So it doesn't say 3 o'clock, but when I say yes, it will. It it does one thing or two things when I say yes. One, here, let me pull up Prisma real quick. Let me see if Prisma is still on. It may not be. Let's see. Sorry, guys, it's taking a moment here. It's probably really boring stuff to watch sometimes, but okay. So here is the trip that was just generated, I believe, or it should pop up here. But here's our DB on the back end is just going to be. Wait a sec, hold on. I don't know if Prisma is responding as anticipated. Okay, so we've got boom. This is the trip right here. It's pending. Now I haven't said yes or no yet. I'm the captain for this trip, but the other thing is I'm also the owner of this trip too. So I'm gonna get two text when I respond yes, as I am available for this trip for this charter as a captain. What it's going to do is going to update the status of this trip to confirmed. The owner of this charter is going to be sent a text as well. Now, just for this example, I am the owner as well for this vessel. Um, So I'm going to get texted as well. So I'll get two texts, but all that simply needs to happen is the owner phone number needs to be someone else's. I tested it with John's phone. John's my business partner for Boat X. And it worked seamlessly. It worked as anticipated. So I'm going to go ahead and reply yes here. And like I said, what's going to happen? It's going to update the trip status, and then it's going to text me that I've confirmed as a captain, and then it's also going to text me as an owner that could be anybody's phone number. It's just my own phone number for the time being. And I've said yes, and it should take a moment here. And boom, there's the confirmation. This is going to be, it says, great news, Captain Ryan Paglione has confirmed your charter for the correct time for 3 p.m., which is what's seen here. Location, Lake Austin, vessel, pontoon. Here's all the details. And then it tells me as a captain, you have accepted this trip at 3 p.m. And then the other additional thing, I've got a cron job over here. Let's see. See if I can kind of, I'm going to need to remember to kind of blur this out a bit. But I've got a cron job here that I can press a button and forcibly run. So I'm going to do that off screen. The only reason why I've hidden it off screen is because I don't want you guys to see the full endpoints here. It's just a very easy way to somewhat protect some endpoints, but okay, but first I need to change this trip timing. So this trip ends right now at 3 o'clock. Right now it's not even close to 3 o'clock. It's 10 a.m. So I'm going to change this in the database. Oh, and then if I refresh real quick, we should see that this pending status goes to confirmed. And I'm going to change the start time of this trip just so I can get this cron job to work. The cron job, what it's going to do, it's going to notify the captain at the end of the day when they're, excuse me, when, excuse me, I'm a bit ill. I've swam in Lake Austin. I'm training for a triathlon, and I accidentally drank some of the water, and I think it's made me a bit under the weather, which is concerning. But okay, so I'm saving this. The reason why I've adjusted the trip time now is because the cron job is going to check every 15 minutes if and it's got a rough buffer. It like roughly 5 to 10 minutes out from the trip ending, it'll send the captain a text saying, "Hey, is your trip almost done? Did everything go well? Did the boat go well? Yes or no?" So that's exactly what this cron job will do here. And I am going to run it now, and I should get a text as the captain that, hey, your trip is almost done or it's just finished, and I want to know the condition of the trip. Did it all go well? Yes or no? Basically that's all that it's saying. So I'm going to run the cron job, and let's wait here for another text. Oh, I just realized this was on 520. Oops, that's not going to work. It used to be on 521. I was wondering, I was like, wait a sec, is it broken? Is it broken? Okay, so boom, let's try this one more time. And should get a text here. Nope, still nothing. Maybe the trip needs to be fully completed. Let's see. So I'm going to adjust the time once more and run the cron job again. And let me view the logs, make sure we are running as anticipated. Boom, there's the text. Okay, so the text says here, Captain Share, hi Ryan Paglione. It seems that your trip is almost done or about to be finished. Your trip is scheduled to end soon or has just ended on this vessel with this trip ID. Has the trip been completed successfully? Please reply yes to mark this trip as completed. And what this does when the captain, because the structure is you have an owner over here, you have a captain over here. The owner lets the captain borrow the boat to pick up customers, right? So the captain needs to go pick up the boat, pick up the customers, and then drop them off. And the owner is roughly, in terms of real time, he's left out of the dark when the clients are dropped off, when they're picked up. And these are kind of small issues that we're trying to give the owner real time diagnostics and feedback on when a captain is done with the trip, finished it, it all went well. And if it went bad, maybe I need to know so I can get down to the boats, help someone out, get the next boat prepped and ready. God forbid if we had a trip right after a trip and something went wrong on the first trip, I need to know that as an owner. I need to get a mechanic down there. I need to get a second boat down there. Something of this aptitude would help a lot with a messaging system. So that's what we've tackled. And when I reply yes, and mind you, this is a business built with. I personally own a charter company. I'm a bit smaller. I've got 5 boats, but we've done a chunk of rough revenue this month, and this season is starting to pick up for us. But so I've got 5 boats and a handful of captains, maybe 8 captains and 2 mechanics, and in my business partner and captain share, my 2 business partners, Reed and Sean. Sean owns Austin Rental Boats, which is the largest charter company on Lake Austin, and Reed is the manager there. And if I'm not mistaken, they have about 12 to 14 boats, if not more, maybe upwards of 17, if I'm not mistaken. But I can confidently say 12 to 14. They do a significant more amount of trips, probably 10x what I've done at BoatX, and what I've done with my business partner, by the way, at BoatX. And they've got significantly more captains, and this level of handling when a charter goes out and when a group gets off, it can get very convoluted when you've got 10 trips out, 10 boats out at the same time. So a system like this is really designed to catch the fall throughs, and give opportunities to captains, to help communicate issues. So what this does at the end here, when it says hi captain share, hi Ryan Paglione, your trip is scheduled to end or has just ended, when I reply yes, it will change this trip status to completed. And then it will also notify the owner that, hey, Captain Ryan Paglione has completed your charter. Now that is the system that is in place today, and we can add different steps and statuses, but these are the thorough kind of least but most required, least amount of steps, most required trip statuses that we've included here. So I'm going to go ahead and reply yes to this, and what's going to happen is this confirmed trip, this bottom one, the one that was today at 5/21, or May 21st, I should say, at 10:35 that ended. It is going to get a updated. I've got the trip ID on the phone. It updates the trip here to completed, and then that completed bit will notify the owner that the trip has been completed. So I'll say yes, and it should say, great job, you've completed the trip. And then it's also going to update the status and then text the owner, which happens to be my phone at the same time. But the owner phone number could be anybody's, whoever the owner is. I'm just double testing on my own phone. But boom, so trip has been marked complete. You can see that at the top here. Trip has been marked complete. And then great news, this is the owner text. Great news, Captain Ryan Paglione has finished your trip. And boom, thank you for using Captain Share at the bottom. It's this trip ID, ended at this time on this vessel. And then if we look into the database, this trip right here will be swapped to completed. If I just refresh it, oops, I might have messed something up here. Let me refresh. Forgive me, I might have messed with the thing here. So boom, yeah. So it swapped to completed, but I had accidentally pressed a thing to adjust it. But I'm happy to show that off once more. But this is the system on the back end that I've been thoroughly working on, and then there's emails and all these things that go out as well when people sign up, and we've got this onboarding process. But this was one of the heavier loads, was getting this text and webhook and cron job situation kind of sorted. but it's very exciting. Reed and I are very, very, very excited, and Sean's going to be very busy in scaling us up, and getting us to many charter companies. But Reed and I are very excited because this is huge progress, and we're going to start beta testing this software both at BoatX and Austin Rental Boats this weekend. So today's Wednesday. We will be out on some boats this weekend testing that all of this works roughly well. And there's also a reminder text that goes out 24 hours before the captain's trip. So the cron job checks for that as well. That hey, if the trip's Friday on the 23rd, a text will go out on the 22nd and remind the captain, hey, you've got a trip tomorrow. Just want to remind you, are you good for it? Because sometimes in the captain industry, at least here in Lake Austin, like sometimes people will accept the trip, but they won't confirm that there's a trip. So we're working on having multi-status checks and ensuring that captains are informed when their time is, where they're supposed to go, and who their group is as well. And then likewise, there's also one more step I want to add to this at the tail end. When the owner gets texted, I want to have a final step where it's like, was the boat and checkoff processes completed by the captain? Yes or no? Um, and that would be, another significant step just to ensure that all the charter processes have gone well. But right now we're looking at the four kind of core is what I would call it, the four core steps of like, how can we make sure these are all perfect, smooth, our bread and butter. Those are the meat and potatoes. And that is something we've accomplished. I'm very, very proud of myself, Reed, and Sean for implementing the software, because this is something directly that is going to impact our industry immediately this weekend. Like we're going to start demoing it and start um, on water testing it and kind of figure out our kinks and bugs, and then our goal is in 2 weeks to start piloting it with one or two of captains within both of our companies, so we can see how it works and see what company structures we need to adjust, because there's going to be bugs and problems for sure. But the fact that we're actually able to now go ahead and start on water testing this whole system, I mean, is just remarkable, because we've been at it for I would want to say early January, late December. Um, so 4 or 5 months later, and we've got a rough system in play and a beautiful front end to pair with it. So Captain Chair's coming together, and I just wanted to share on the channel because I know this is obviously a software dedicated channel, and you guys don't get to see everything right now. I'm just showing the deliveries, which is yeah. Oh, look at this. There is a yes or no. Great news, Captain Ryan comes with the trip. Please reply yes to confirm that the vessel has been returned properly, or no if there were issues. That's awesome. So I forgot I had added that. I don't think that works because I don't think I have the webhook set up correctly for it. So, but at least the text is instantiated. But with that being said, guys, I've worked very diligently on that Lightning Network project that was previous to this, but I've closed that up. We're all charter operations right now. The reason for that is because BoatX is doing relatively okay. BoatX.io, that is my company, and with my business partner John Sawyer, really really talented and hardworking kid for sure, and could not do it without him, 100%. And then Captain Share is another bit of software that we've partnered in with the largest charter company, and we're making it happen. So it's a really strong team, and very excited to serve the community and do something well for the people. Guys, thanks for watching.